Okay, so I was a complete idiot. I'm having to redo this stream because I forgot to take it to live. So, look, this scaling thing has me really, really upset and angry right now because I don't know what is causing it. But, so here's the thing. In the last stream, I'm trying to be a little more coherent because I was rambling a little bit in the previous attempt. But in the last stream, we noticed there were some scaling issues whenever you would change the display resolution. Some of the text would slide around and did not stay locked in to the lines. I have been able to fix most of that, but as you can see, line number 15 here keeps sliding in and out of the slot. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out why it is doing that. So let me show you what I've tried. So go over here. I've got everything a little bit more organized now. Everything's a little bit in better order. This is the text puzzle box. It is using the exact same setting as every other vertical box, with the exception of the ones that the numbers are in because they're shifted off to the side because they're on the other side of the line. Anyways, aside from that, they are using the exact same settings. But this one particular line, even though it's using the exact same settings as everything else, refuses to snap into place. I have tried taking it out of the vertical box and putting it on the canvas panel directly. Same thing. I've tried replacing the vertical box with a scale box or a size box. Same thing. Still has the resolution change issues, the scaling issues. I have tried so many different things. I've even tried disabling snap to pixel and disabling any sort of different scaling features. It is the same thing. Because something else that I've noticed, and I don't know why it does this, is everything else, when it scales, jumps. It snaps to the next scale size. So same size, and then it jumps. Same size, and then it jumps down. However, print, this line 15, has smooth scaling. Well, I mean, it still kind of jumps. So, okay, so the font size still jumps, but the position of the line is a more smooth transition than the rest of it. I don't know why that is. Because again, same settings as everything else. The only difference is that this is an editable text box and these are regular text boxes. I don't know why it's different, but it is. But here is the interesting thing, okay? Make sure I'm not a retard. Yep, I'm on live. Okay, good. So here's the interesting thing. We go to the text puzzle here, and so no, I did it in the vertical box. Did I do it in the box? No, I don't think I did. I did it in text box. It's gotta be under. Here it is, translation. So here's the interesting thing, okay? If we put it back to the top corner of the box where it wants to sit naturally, then it scales the exact same as everything else. Same thing, scales perfectly. But the moment that I move it from this position, it messes up. I've tried doing different anchors. I've tried, instead of anchoring it to the base panel, I've anchored it to just the center of the screen. I've changed everything to anchor to the center of the screen. Same issue. I've tried anchoring everything to the panel. Same issue. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So if we go to the text panel, we add some padding. We'll just put it down here out of the way. So if we add padding to the slot of where it's in the vertical box, add that padding, see it's down here, but now the scaling issue returns. See it's sliding and snapping out of line. Okay, fair enough. We'll get rid of the padding here of the slot. And instead, what we'll do is we'll add padding to the appearance of the text box, or to the text box itself, more so than the slot it is in. So add padding here. Okay, cool. This is a different way to add that space. Same thing. Same issue. And again, if we take that padding away, put it back to default, it scales fine. But the moment you move it out of that corner, everything breaks. So we've tried padding. We've tried slot padding. Let's try the translation. We'll move it down here. And again, the text box, the vertical box staying the exact same. The vertical box is not changing. We are just changing the location or the padding or some area of the editable instance. So we've tried the translation. Okay, let's try it. Oh, I forgot to compile. Hang on. Compiled for me when it ran. So try this. Same error. Same problem. Okay, so we've tried everything in here. We know it doesn't work. I've turned off clipping. I've turned off pixel snapping. I've turned them on. It makes no difference. It does the same thing. So, okay, let's try messing with the vertical box settings. What if we just drag, so if we want to stay in this corner, fine, we'll just drag this corner down. Cool. Same thing. Okay, so it wants to stay in the corner. We move the corner, that didn't work. Well, what if we put it down here? What if we change the anchor point? Make it to the center instead. Same issue. Okay, fine. Anchor it back to the full boundary here. So, offset doesn't work. What if we change the alignment? Oh, yeah, this doesn't do anything. I forgot. Anywho, alright, we'll go to the translation of the box. We'll just move the whole box down. But that's going to accomplish the exact same thing as whenever we did the offset. It's going to be the same thing. It's still having that scale issue. Okay. So we'll get rid of the translation. Again, I've turned off clipping, I've turned off pixel snapping, and I've turned them on. It makes no difference. And I am pretty much out of options on what I can try. And if I add, I've taken the text puzzle or the editable box out of the vertical box and I've put it directly on the canvas panel. So it's up here. Okay, so I'll anchor that to the full screen. So it's just anchored directly to the boundary, no vertical box. It scales fine. Okay, cool. But let's go over here. So go to the text puzzle. Size to content. What makes a difference? Let's drag this out. Okay. But if we drag this down to right there where it's about in line. So it's in line here. Same thing. It does the same thing. I'm losing my mind. Alright, fine. We'll anchor it to the center of the screen. Surely, that will make a difference. Nope. It does not. Okay. So then... And yeah, the alignment didn't do anything here either. I think so. Alright. So, we'll put it back up here. Because when it's up here... Oops. When it's up here, as long as it's up here. As long as it's up here. It does fine. It ain't gonna move. It's good like I want it to. And right there, it ain't moving. But the moment that I move it, I need to, oops. So the padding's not going to do anything. Yeah, it's not going to do anything because it just drops it down here. So, alright, let's make this a 0. Let's size this to the panel. So, let's turn padding off. Let's adjust the justification here. Is there a way I can... And there's no fill option. So I can't... Oh, the only justification option is here to the left. I can't make it go to the top. Anyways, it makes no difference. Still has that scaling issue. Makes no difference. So then, okay. It wants to be here. As long as it's here. It has no problems scaling as it's supposed to. So then what if we bring it, just the whole thing will just squish it on down right here. Nope, still does it. So it's just I don't know what else to do. I feel like I've tried everything. I don't understand why it's doing this. I can't find a way to fix it. It's broken. I don't know what else to try. Anyways, it is severely stressing me out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Unreal forums. I'm going to make a post there. I'm going to link this video, I guess. And hopefully somebody will know a little bit more about this than I do, because it will affect the final release. I need to get this fixed. But that's all I'm going to cover in this stream, because it is giving me a severe headache and making me very angry. But before we do that, let me cover what I did on Puzzle 3 in the last stream. Or well, and on Monday. So what we gotta do is we gotta solve the puzzles. Just ignore this. I really couldn't care less about the position right now. Solve puzzle 1. Let's go ahead and solve. Oh yeah, it's because the screen isn't sized right. That's fine there, but I need to set a minimum value. But anyways, now it's not even doing right there. Whatever. Solve 2. Let's go to 3. So, there's two different ways you can solve this. You can solve it with less than, or you can solve it with greater than. Because both of them will technically provide the correct answer. But we're going to do greater than because that's the way that the puzzle is tended to be solved. Also, this one can only have one letter input. You can't add or take away anything more than one. If you do anything that is not greater than, less than or greater than, you'll get an error icon. Even if you enter whatever. Syntax error, did you mean less than or greater than instead of whatever character you typed? Thank you. Yes, I did. I meant greater than. I clicked off. I meant greater than. So if your confidence is greater than the decision factor, well, we know the decision factor is 80. So if you're confident, more confident than your threshold for making a decision, you want that decision to be true. But we're going to put in false. And of course, there's going to be a name error because true is not defined. You mean true or false? Because we already put it in Python. It has to be capital letter T or F. So we're going to go and copy false over. Well, no, we have false there, so we'll put true. We'll do true. Now, there is no error icon because technically both of these are correct. There is no formatting error. There is no syntax error. If we run it, logistical error detected. If confidence is greater than decision factor, decision-making threshold, the resulting condition should be true, not false. Oh, okay. Well, we'll make this true then. Again, technically nothing wrong with the syntax. You will not get an error. Except in my version, you will, because it does not solve the puzzle. Logistical error detected. If-else statement results are both true. This creates a negative feedback loop where all decisions will be true. Well, we don't want that, so let's make this false. Then also, I did cover it in the last stream, but you can edit this to make it print whatever you want to within the quotation marks. Or you can remove the quotation marks and put in confidence to get what confidence actually is, which in this case is 90. Anyways, let's run it on the true condition. Decision value is true. Node has been repaired. Interpreter module has been optimized. Puzzle 3 has been solved. Anyways, that's going to be it for this stream. Like I said, I'm going to put a post on the Unreal forums. Hopefully, I'm really hoping somebody can help me out with that scaling issue. Because I feel I have spent hours today. When did I post on the Discord? Let's trust you. I posted that at 6. Okay? It is almost 10. I have been working on that for like 3 hours and still have not been able to get it to scale properly. And I don't know what to do. So on the next stream tomorrow, I'm going to just completely ignore the scaling issue and pretend it does not exist until I can get some help on the forums. Until then, we're going to move on to puzzle 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to unlock the camera so that once all 3 are solved, you can begin looking around. You still won't be able to move, but you can look around to find the other ones. But for now, that's going to be it. I need to go take some migraine medication. Hope to see you guys tomorrow.